Toastmasters in project management. And this is the third session. We had a same session as the first meeting, and we are repeating it so that more people get an access to the information and knowledge from Toastmaster Vijay Rangan. In between, we had a panel discussion on risk management. We hope to continue this practice for periodically, maybe once in 2 months. So hopefully we'll get more topics to talk about and discuss about. So let me introduce the speaker for the day, Toastmaster Vijay Rangan. In his own words, an electric engineer and an IT professional, a contrarian by choice, which is very interesting, and aspiring to be a good conversationalist. He has worked in PCL's Data General and also in Qatar National Bank, Scope International. He is also a founder of an IT service company. He is PMP certified and has managed large projects in financial service sector. He's been a member of Doha Toastmasters from 2002 to 2007, charter member of Rising Pillars Toastmasters Club, and a past area director. So without much more delay, let me hand over the floor to Toastmaster Vijay Rangan. Toastmaster Vijay Rangan, the floor is yours.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Today, what we want to touch is an intro to project management and how project management practice can be applied in Toastmasters. That's what we are trying to understand from today's session. So, project management in Toastmasters. When we are talking about project management in Toastmasters, we have to understand two things. One is what is Toastmasters, and then what is project. Both we have to understand so that we can see how project management can be applied to Toastmasters. So we all know what is Toastmasters because we have been members, but very often people say Toastmasters is not like any other educational institute. The one difference people say is that here there is no instructor, but everybody helps each other to improve their communication and leadership skills. That could be said as in the highest level. But one of the key things that is being repeated of late very recently is that Toastmasters program is an experiential program, which means you learn by doing things. So that way, it is a practice or playground where you practice certain skills to develop those skills. So similar way, there is another aspect that is very, very key in Toastmasters. Whatever skill you develop in Toastmasters, what you are trying to do is you are trying to apply that in other phases of your life. For example, it could be business, it could be in your office, it could be at home, or it could be in a social setting, wherever it is. That is what one is trying to do. That's why if you look at XCOM members role definition, there is a detail about what are the transferable skills. That is, if you're learning a skill in Toastmasters, how is that can be transferred and applied in other environments? So that being said, let's see what is project. Can someone define what do you understand by project?
Something
you can unmute and
something have a starting and a defined ending, and it will be going in a pre-planned manner.
Okay,
that's
very
my
nice.
opinion.
Okay.
Project is a group of people coming together with a specific objective, timeline, and cost considerations.
Cost consideration. Okay, three things you have said. Yeah. Anyone else?
In addition to Krishna sir said, it is combination of many process, and then there will be interlinking between every process.
Okay.
There will be some buffer added in between to achieve the final target.
Okay, that's nice. I think pretty much we covered what yeah, project means, to give you the detail as defined by one of the very prominent institution. A project can be defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create unique product or service. This is what everybody said. It has got a fixed start and end. And people said there are various resources. There is people come together to deliver something. That's what everybody said. So project can be defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create unique product or service. So it is not necessarily a product, can be product or service. So the next thing is projects are different from other ongoing operations. Okay, it is not like that. In any organization, things can be defined as a project, but there are certain things which are ongoing. For example, payment of salary to people. It's a process, but it is ongoing process. It is not a project. Okay, so things like that. So projects are different from other ongoing operations in the organization because unlike operations, projects have definite beginning and end, and they have limited duration. Okay, it is not continuously ongoing stuff. Now, we have seen what is Toastmasters, what is a project. Now, let me ask you, can you identify anything as project in Toastmasters environment? What do you consider as project in a Toastmasters environment? Anyone?
Completion of a pathway.
Completion of a pathway is a project. Okay. What else?
A conference, organizing and conducting a conference.
Okay, that's nice. Very nice. Okay, a conference is a project. Organizing and conducting an event. What else?
Planning and achieving any award.
Pardon?
Planning and achieving some awards.
Okay, planning. That's very nice. Okay, I'll come back to this once again. Anything else?
Yeah, chairing competitions.
Chairing contest. Okay.
Yeah, contest.
Okay. Chairing a contest is similar to planning and organizing a conference, right? It's an event. So
Yeah.
it's a chair is a role, whereas the whole thing can be defined as a project by defining it as planning and execution. What the contest chair does is a project, we can think.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. I'll just go back to, I don't see the full name. I think VPE, VITC. You said achieving any awards, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now when you say achieving an award, it can be either for the individual or for the club, right? Do you know what is the award for the club?
There are many awards in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Books like the Golden Gavel Award and the Presidential Club Awards.
Okay.
So many were listed actually.
Okay. Anybody can add anything? Any other awards? Very basic one, you missed it. That's why I'm asking again.
DCP. DCP
Yes.
goal.
DCP goal is a award primarily because you have 3 levels to achieve depending on how much you do it. So that way, if you see, these are the things which can be considered as projects in Toastmasters environment. So if we have opportunity to have, if we have projects in Toastmasters, we can develop skills required to manage the projects so that you can become better at it. Okay. So now we'll move on to see what is project management and how it is defined. So what is a project management? Project management is nothing but using specific set of knowledge, skills, and tools to deliver something of value to people. Basically, we have defined what are the projects. we have clear goals. So having clear goals, we can apply certain specific knowledge, skill, tools, and techniques so that we can achieve those goals. Goals are nothing but some deliverables. Okay. For example, the development of software for an improved business process, because here the improved business process becomes the outcome requirement. The construction of a building is outcome. The relief effort after a natural disaster. For example, if you are involved in some social or non-governmental or even governmental activity to take care of the natural disaster affected area or people or whatever it is, that can be considered as a project, and that can be managed using project management framework. Okay. Now, I just wanted to tell you before we move on, as far as project management is concerned, there are two major institutions that is actually having certain detailed knowledge bank, and they have certification process and things like that. One such organization is called PMI, Project Management Institute, which gives PMP certification. There is that is from US, and other certification for project management is called Prince2, that is coming from Europe. So in this session, we are going to basically look at what PMI's take on project management and how they define the knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques. Okay. So as far as PMI is concerned, PMI has published something called Project Management Body of Knowledge. Right now, it is they have been revising it over time and again. And in 2017, they released PMBOK guide. I think version 6. Now the version 7 is due sometime. I think still it is not out, but it is expected this year. So what is this PMBOK? PMBOK is nothing but a body of knowledge which has defined process and process groups and knowledge areas. So first of all, let us see what is a PMBOK process. Most of you are familiar with PDCA, right? PDCA stands for plan, do, check, and act. So that is the basic framework which is adopted in PMBOK. So you have, as far as the process group is concerned, we have 5 of them. One is called initiating processes. Second one is planning processes. Third one is execution processes. Pardon? Okay. Fourth one is monitoring and control. And last one is closing. So initiating process is that starts the whole process going, and closing process ends the process that as a project as such ends. In between, you have many small processes which are relevant or for certain activity. In the planning, there are about 29 processes defined as far as PMBOK is concerned. In execution, we have 10 processes, and for planning, monitoring and control, we have 12 processes. So these processes are spread over many different knowledge areas. So what is knowledge area? For example, unlike project management is not one small stuff. It is covering a lot of areas of areas. So one of the things which we need to do is we have to know what are the impacts of a project. If you look at project as such, you have something called scope, where you define what is to be managed, what is to be achieved, what is excluded from the actual work. And then if you look at schedule, you have to do many things you have to carry on, and you have to know an exact sequence of steps and how much time each will take. Similar way, to get this done, you have a fixed cost and you have to manage within the cost. The next one is quality. It is not enough just to do various tasks. We have to ensure that quality is maintained. How do you define quality? Can someone respond? How do you define quality?
Acceptance to the specification. In technical term, we used to say. In Toastmaster, is there any different meaning?
Right. Sorry, in Toastmasters term?
In Toastmaster, I don't know. Is there any the same meaning?
Okay. Okay, that's fine. You are from quality department. You very clearly came out from that point of view, which is maintaining the specification. There, you are talking about product. Okay, product. If you so that way you are just limiting yourself to the product. Whether the product is meeting the customer's requirement or not could be another aspect, because in some cases specification itself may not have been captured correctly. Happens, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, so that way quality is defined as, okay, meeting the expectation of shareholders or stakeholders, sorry, meeting the expectation of stakeholders. So now, as you have touched upon Toastmasters, let us discuss how do you define quality in Toastmasters. And before that, we can check who are all stakeholders. Who are all stakeholders in Toastmasters?
Other members.
Every member is a stakeholder in Toastmasters.
Correct. Each and every club member, right? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Who else is stakeholder?
Every audience. Every
audience. Okay.
Judges also stakeholders.
Judges are members, right? So okay. So basically, what you can say is that if you are looking at from the club point of view, club members and whoever else can support club also become stakeholders. For example, area directors, all district officials or TMI officials are all become part of the stakeholders, because what you do in the club, okay, has to meet Toastmasters International's standard and guidelines. So that way, even they are stakeholders in club affairs. Correct?
Correct, sir.
So whatever you do in the club, that should meet the expectations of club members, the district officials, and Toastmasters International overall, right? So that is what quality is all about in Toastmasters. As far as resource is concerned, typically, from the club point of view, we can say club officers, club members are the resources, but for that, even the ADs, DDs, all others become part of your team. So as far as resource is concerned, there can be people and material. Where as far as material is concerned, your meeting room, your projector, all those things come under resource management, because you have to make sure that those resources are available at whenever it is required. So that way, resource management is one aspect of project management. The next one is the procurement management. Procurement management is there are some things which are available within you, some things are not available within the club. So you have to arrange externally. If you have to arrange externally, you have to procure those stuff. For example, normally we don't, if it is a community club, you don't have a projector, you have to organize for a projector. If there is no meeting room, you have to organize for the meeting room. In some cases, even people may be required. For example, you are a young club and somebody is giving an advanced project and you want to arrange for, as a VP, you want to arrange for evaluator from outside the club, which means you are procuring that evaluator from outside of the club. So it's not readily available as part of your core resource, right? And then communication management is another aspect. Communication management is very essential so that as a team, you can perform to meet the club goals without much of a conflict. So communication becomes very essential. So how you manage those communication is something is very, very crucial. In fact, as a sidebar, I can tell you today we are going to have a session on parliament procedure, which is a very nice session, which will give you certain framework for communicating and resolving and executing certain tasks in a very democratic way. So those who are interested, they can join today. Okay, that's on the sideline. So we covered everything but for integration management. What is this integration management? So whatever we discussed so far are the areas of impact, but there should be some mechanism of putting all these things together so that you are kind of orchestrating it in such a way that the end results are met, taking care of scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, procurement, communication, risk, stakeholders, everything. So that is what integration management is all about. So it is cementing all the pieces together to make sure that the entire engine runs smooth. By the way, I think I missed out on one thing, risk management. Okay, what do you think of risk? What do you identify? What, in your view, what is a risk? Anyone?
Yeah, finance.
Finance.
Finance for arranging the milestone meetings and then outdoor meetings.
That is a cost, right? That is a cost. But what is a risk?
Risk is,
how do you define risk?
A weakness.
Yeah, weakness. Okay, weakness in terms of what? Weakness for what?
Weakness for achieving goal. Weakness for
achieving goal. Okay.
Weakness for attaining security.
yeah, unexpected things happening. For example, if you plan a club meeting, two of speakers talking out.
VP's hat is coming. Yeah, yes, please.
How VP is managing, that is risk management.
Yes, somebody else was saying something.
Yeah, it is a likelihood or a potential loss because of not complying or not satisfying some requirement.
Yes, it is right. So two things that came out in this. One is unexpected event that could occur that will lead to loss. But PMI defines risk a little differently, or rather it extends outcome. The event's outcome can be either positive or negative, not necessarily negative. In some cases, it can be positive also. In Toastmasters term, if you have to tell you, you ask for enrollment of speakers for the next upcoming meeting, and normally you have 3 slots, you get 5 enrollment for speakers. Okay, it's a positive thing, but still it is not expected normally, right? So you have to manage both negative and positive. One is dropping out, people signing up and dropping out. There is a negative. The other thing is more people registering, okay, where you don't have, so you have to manage that. So risk can be both positive and negative. So integration management is one where we have all these different area of processes coming together to cement together to make it run smoothly. I'm just trying to switch 1 second, please. Is that I'm not able to switch? Okay. So as far as we talked about 5 process groups. One of the process group is planning group, and we have execution and other things. Totally, there are about 49 processes defined in PMBOK. Of that, we have only some which we can adopt. It is not necessary that you have to take all the 49 processes and incorporate in your project management framework for a particular project. That way, what we will see is what are the processes that could be taken and used in Toastmasters. For example, if you take the planning processes, I've picked up some of them which we can adopt. One is develop project management plan. Project management plan will have a framework which will tell you how things will be done. And then you can adopt plan scope management. This is where you will decide what will be done and what will not be included as part of Toastmasters. For example, somebody talked about awards. There are so many awards available, okay? And the club has to decide what is that they want to achieve, what they don't want to achieve. In some cases, people suddenly get a call from district saying that please send some details for Golden Gable. Whereas if you have not planned for Golden Gable, you don't have to take it up, because you can very clearly say saying that, no, I don't have the bandwidth, I'm not going to do it. That's how we decided at the beginning of the term, so we will go without it. So that way, scope is something you decide what you are going to do and what you are not going to do. You should know that, and you should take it forward accordingly, because there is no point putting resources and effort in something where you know you are not going to achieve it ultimately, because you have not originally planned for and you don't have the resource or bandwidth for that. The next one is you have to really collect requirements. So you have to know for the, okay, the whole thing I'm going to talk about is from the point of the club and nothing else. So from the club's point of view, you have an XCOM team. XCOM team's responsibility is to run that term. So the term is start having a beginning and end. As far as the outcome is that you want to run 24, for example, if it is a weekly club, you want to run 24 club meetings with quality and whatever else you want to do, that you will define in the scope. So that way, you have to collect the requirements, expectations from the club members, and then you have to plan and schedule the meetings in such a way that you are satisfying or meeting the quality expectations of the stakeholders. So once you collect the expectations or requirements, you can do schedule. You can, the ideal thing is to do a 6 months plan well in advance, but can you plan for 64 meetings? It may not be possible. But what you can do is you can have things like in 1 month, what you will achieve, 2nd month, what you will achieve, 3rd month, what will achieve. So instead of going by meeting schedule, you can have month by month schedule, so that you can manage your club activities very effectively. So you have to plan as, for example, the difference between developer schedule and plan schedule management is that, for example, there are certain cases you are plan saying that in first month, I want to make sure that 4 people finish level 1. Okay, but whereas it is not done, so you may have to change the plan to include that activity in the next month, and you have to bring in something else to the current month. So all those things are how you will manage the schedule. The next one is quality management. As I said, as far as quality is concerned, satisfying all the stakeholders. So you have to know how is that you are going to manage the quality, how it is, for example, you have to consider the resources available, you have to consider time availability and all that. Plus, you have to make sure that certain facilitations are done. The next one is the communication management. Communication management is something very, very clear. If you plan something in the XCOM, okay, it should be communicated first to the entire club members. So that itself is a communication effort. So you have to see how you are going to manage, on what frequency and how you are going to do. But for that, even within the XCOM, you have to decide upfront how you are going to communicate. What is the frequency of meeting you are going to have? How is that in case of conflict, how it will be resolved within XCOM? All these things you have to plan and agree upfront so that you can run the term smoothly. Okay, you have to identify risk and you have to have a plan for risk management. Okay, when we say risk, you have to identify the risk as well as you have to know what you will do in case that unexpected event occurs. Okay, so that's what you have to look at it. As far as execution is concerned, there are few processes. Basically, direct and manage project work. Possibly XCOM should coordinate with various members to schedule and prepare and deliver the project speeches and things like that. And then manage, sorry, that is a spelling mistake, manage project knowledge. See, this is very, very essential. In many cases, it happens. I do not know how many of you have taken knowledge transfer from the previous XCOM team. Can you raise hands if you have taken knowledge transfer from the previous XCOM team? 1, 2. See, this is what it is. The reason is, okay, we are not currently managing the knowledge within Toastmasters. Okay, so you have to record certain things so that you are, it can be a good practice, or it can be an event that has happened, or there are certain things which need to go. For example, you have to have bare minimum, okay, the transfer of accounts, okay, who paid, who has not paid, how much is paid to whom, what is the payment pending outstanding, all that, okay. So that is one. And second one is, even you have to have, if you are a VP, you have to have a transfer from the previous VP in terms of who is in what level, how people are, how, for example, the simplest thing is, after working for 6 months, VP would have figured out, okay, X guy can be reached in the evening, whereas Y guy can be reached only in the early morning. Somebody, maybe you send a message, they will send response after 1 day and a fixed time. All these things here he would have figured out over time. But is this information recorded and passed on to the next VP so that he can do the job better? I'm not sure. So these are the things that should be done as part of managing project knowledge. Okay, so you have to record lessons learned and you have to pass it on. Manage quality. Okay, it's an ongoing process within the project time. Managing communication, I just talked about 2 different cases. And as far as implementing risk response, so you have to monitor for the risk, and basically monitoring is part of the next process group. But here, if it is identified as saying that the risk is occurring and you have to take action, that action, taking action becomes part of execution process. This is the next process group, monitoring and controlling. Monitoring and controlling project work. Basically, you prepare a schedule and make sure that schedule is followed, and you have to make sure that if there is any risk that is occurring, for example, if you take saying that somebody has not been coming for 3 weeks and he is targeted to complete a lesser level, then you have to identify that as that risk is occurring, so you have to take some action, okay, based on the risk plan. Okay, so these are the processes which we can adopt in Toastmasters so that we can practice, okay, project management skill. The one area where I'm going to touch in little more detail is next one. Okay, you all know Club Success Plan, right? All of you can unmute if it is okay to respond.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can someone tell me how many pages are there in the? Yes, Priya?
No idea. I can't recollect.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Roughly, there are quite a few pages. Okay. I think it is supposed to be.
8 or 10.
Yeah. So the reason why I asked is not to know the exact number. A lot of people. I can't hear.
Yeah, Priya's voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking?
No. Oh,
Priya.
I think Priya is trying to speak.
Maybe you can write on the chat, Priya.
Okay. The reason why I asked how many pages is not to know the exact number. There is a lot of people only do one thing, which is they prepare for DCP and they think DCP planning is what. Okay, 6 pages. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's move on and see this particular thing and find out how is that project management process can be applied to this. Okay. See, I'm going to go to the CSP document. So if you want, you can make your screen big so that you can see this. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Club Success Plan. Okay. So Club Success Plan has got 22 pages. Okay. You can see it here. Okay. 26 pages, 22 pages are there. That doesn't matter. Okay. For example, we'll just walk through and find out what is there in this success plan, which is related to project management. For example, first thing you are doing is you are defining the team. Okay. So this means you are forming a project team. Okay. And saying that a project exists because we have a beginning and end for the term. So the term can be considered as a project. Okay. So you have a team elected. So you have a project team. So you are putting in the details. Next, what are you saying? You are saying core values. What is the principle with which you will operate? Okay. The next one is very clearly says, okay, what principle does Club Executive Committee hold in terms of, okay, what is that key culture you are going to adopt? You will specify. So this basically is part of communication management, I would think. The next one is potential obstacles. What is potential obstacles? Potential obstacles to achieving the goal or implementing the strategy. So that is nothing but risk. So you are trying to identify risk upfront, right?
Yeah.
So next, meeting protocols. Again, this is you have to decide what is the process you will adopt, okay, in while conducting meeting process, okay, whether you are going to meet in person, meet through WhatsApp, meet through whatever way it is, plus you can put all those details and what is the meeting practice that will adopt. For example, there can be a conflict or whatever it is, all that needs to be planned and executed. This is part of the communication management. Okay.
Agenda, not agenda.
No, we are just going through this to find out how it is matching the project management.
Yeah.
Okay. Team interactions, okay, and behavioral norm. So how the team, here team interaction means within the XCOM, how will you behave and how will you interact, okay? And what it is what. So again, this is part of the communication management. Executive, what will be the executive committee's method of communication? Determine first preference, second preference, and so on. For example, for some reason, it is not about meeting. There are certain things need to take place outside of the XCOM meeting, let us say. So how will you communicate? Okay, whether you will communicate through WhatsApp group or one-on-one, or and different people have got different style also. But if people sit together and write down how it is going to be done, and it becomes available for all the team members, XCOM members, then the understanding of things becomes easier, and that will promote a very healthy relationship. So that is what the idea is. Again, it is related to communication. Okay. Here, this is again, all these things are related to communication. Here is something which very interesting stuff is there. How will club executive committee resolve differences of opinion? Because what happens is when 5 people meet together, 5 people have 5 different ideas possibly, and one idea is not accepted. And how is that kind of differences is going to be resolved? And that should, if it is planned in advance and everybody knows it, when you act on it, nobody gets hurt, which means the team is intact and they can move forward without any issue. All right. How will executive committee members support each other? How executive committee is accountable for its responsibilities. For example, every XCOM member, VPE has got a role to play, secretary has got a role to play. Okay. So how they will be accountable and what will be done in case if they are not working according to the expectations. How club committee supports members for his or her recognition. Okay, so these are the things which needs to be planned. It should not be ad hoc. Okay, if you look at the processes, there are 29 processes in planning and only 12 of them in execution, which means planning is the most important stuff. Of course, monitoring and control is required to make sure that you are working according to, executing according to the plan. But planning is very important thing. And in Toastmasters, this document, okay, which is Club Success Plan, is one of the most crucial document. If you follow this document and prepare this plan by putting in complete effort as a team, and if you agree on what is put on the paper, okay, I'm sure the XCOM will function for 6 months without any problem, and at the end, everybody will be happy. The reason why I'm saying is, there are 2 things I can tell you. There was a time I was an area director, and my division director said in the beginning, at the end of this term, if we are all in talking terms, that means we are good. Okay, that should not be the case. Why should that be? Or how will you get to that point? That means to get to that point, you have to plan clearly and make sure that everybody understands what is going to be done for the given period of time, which is a project, and everybody is committed to that and they are executing accordingly, then it becomes easier. Second thing I have heard in many times is that people say, first 3 months for the XCOM is very easy. Next 3 months is what difficult, things fall apart. Okay. Is that, should that be the case? Not necessarily. If you know this could happen and if you plan in advance, it becomes easier to make sure that you complete your 6 months term without much of an issue, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as far as this document is concerned, it is again a very nice document. Okay. Situation analysis is what it talks about. It is nothing but collecting requirements we talked about, right, in project management. So that is what you are doing in this section. And then you are planning various educational programs. You are trying to make sure that you motivate members so that they can progress through the educational program and all that. How you are going to do. For example, some clubs have got most improved member. They have some most valuable member program in some cases. It is basically within the club they are trying to motivate, apart from having best speaker, best role player awards. These are the things which can come out and make sure that it is not only enough XCOM decides to do something on all these things. They have to communicate to the members. So which means they have to have a communication plan and they have to execute that communication plan, and they have to make sure that it is monitored and controlled so that the club can function. The XCOM can deliver what they are set to deliver in the beginning of the term by end of the term. So, but for that, this final DCP action plan is nothing but it is a schedule. For example, if you know, you have to give the dates for all these things so that also you are saying who will be tracking the progress and how the progress will be tracked. Okay, all that becomes very essential. It is part of the schedule planning. Okay, so that way, if you look at it, CSP is one document which provides something equivalent to project plan. Okay, something equivalent to project plan. So which has got all the components, resources, team, schedule, everything built in so that you can successfully complete your term. Okay, so that is what it is. With that, I think primarily I wanted to focus on planning in this session, not on execution or in controlling and other thing. So I think I have covered, and also my time is up. Now I open the floor for question.
For CSP time frame, see, actually we attended the XCOM meeting. XCOM meeting, they also given this form CSP. Then this has to be submitted to the area, or where it has to be submitted, or
see, if you ask me, okay, it is for you. Okay, why area wants, why district wants? Because they have their own goals.
Yeah.
Okay, and possibly all they are trying to do is they are trying to figure out whether you need any support from the district as such for your club.
Understand.
Okay, okay, that is the primary idea, and possibly to make sure that okay, you have done the basic work.
Yes,
it's basically part of the monitoring. For them, it is part of monitoring activity.
Yeah, it's a checklist for us, for the clubs.
If you think it is a checklist, it is a CSP or a project plan is not a checklist. It's a detailed concept document which everybody has to buy in. Okay, if the stakeholders have not bought into your CSP or project plan, it is likely that I'm sorry to use the word, the project will fail or the term will not deliver what it said to deliver.
Expected, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Vijay.
Welcome. Anything else? Anybody else has any queries?
In this project management, where the mentoring plays roles. You didn't touch upon the mentoring in your.
See, in the project management has got nothing to do with mentoring, because I'm looking at Toastmasters from the project management perspective. In project management body of knowledge, none of the area or none of the processes cover mentoring as such. Okay. Yeah, in some cases, if resource management, as part of the resource management, it can be considered. But to my knowledge, there is no defined mentoring aspect, though how you get the proper resource in place in time is covered, but not the mentoring aspect.
Thank you.
Am I right, Toastmaster Rajarao?
Yeah, it is more or less right. I think possibly a little bit can be covered under HR, human resources part, on the mentoring part. But this is not explicitly mentioned.
That's okay.
It's not explicit.
Okay.
You're right.
Because though I presented the whole thing today, we have a couple of senior project management professionals like Rajarao and Toastmaster Krishnan. They're all hands-on project managers delivering various things. Okay. Okay, with that, I think if no more questions, I'll transfer the control back to Toastmaster Rajarao.
Okay. So thank you all for attending. This was indeed a very nice exposition of how to relate project management with what we are doing in Toastmasters. The reason why I thought we could do this program again was I was pretty much convinced the first time the value that we were getting, because Toastmaster Vijay Rangan's way of explaining this is really very good. I have been personally a trainer for over 2 decades, and a lot of my programs are for PMP certification. So I used to know PMP in and out, the PMBOK guide in and out was necessary for me. But I must admit that his way of explaining the basics are really fabulous, because it really you are able to understand from Toastmasters how you can apply most of the concepts, how you can apply most of the concepts directly, and you're relating it to all the things that's already there in Toastmasters. That means you get the value from the project management body of knowledge, and we're applying it and thereby improving. So he spoke about a couple of areas: stakeholders. Who are stakeholders? What do you mean by resources in project management in the Toastmasters area? How do you cover risk? And also the processes and the knowledge areas of the PMBOK guide. And more importantly, he spoke about how do you use a club success plan. To my knowledge, I do not think, it's my opinion, that many clubs today use the club success plan. It's just there, and probably is introduced as part of the OTP, Officers Training Program. And beyond that, we do understand what it is, but are we using it? We may not be using it only because we do not know the value that you can get out of it. So that was brought about excellently by Toastmaster Vijay Rangan when he explained that how can this club success plan help us to plan our entire 6 months XCOM period, especially with the fact that the 5 fingers are not alike, and therefore we need to work so that every buy-in is there from all the people in the XCOM in order to get anything done, meaningfully done. So that's what very well done. So thank you very much, and I hope this would be useful. This would be useful to all of us going forward, and we'll be able to apply it in our clubs as well. And if you have any further questions, please do send in a mail to me or connect me through WhatsApp, and I would direct it to Toastmaster Vijay Rangan, and we could get the answers as well. So let's keep this conversation going forward, and I hope it works well for all of us. Thank you. And with this, let's close this meeting. Thank you. And I must also appreciate the help from the host, that is people, the Toastmasters from the Rising Pillars Toastmasters Club, particularly Toastmaster Karusamy, Toastmaster Ashmin, Toastmaster Kumar, and who have helped us in conducting this meeting. Thank you.
I think we should continue this program. Maybe some other clubs also we can think of it. It is a very useful program. We should take it forward to more and more people.
Yes.
Excellent narration, rendition by Vijay Rangan. People should definitely benefit out of this.
Yes, that is will be the challenge, because we need to have more people attending.
Yes.
That is a challenge that I faced, though a lot of people are registering.
Yeah.
And when the time comes to attendance, I think they have a challenge. It looks like they're not able to meet that. They're interested. I'm sure they're interested, but otherwise they would register, right? But when it comes to the particular date,